Broom coming up. Warlike Goddess. Guided to the outside stall. The colors of George Krikorian goes in. We're in the gate. And they're off in the Longines Breeders' Cup Turf, and Mustadaf comes out very smartly. Adamo is flashing sharp speed, and Adamo is now up to take the early lead, but Balladeer has other ideas, and Balladeer, with the pedal to the metal, will sprint clear in the opening furlongs. Leads it now by 3 lengths. Adamo is racing in second, and they're followed by King of Steel moving into third. Mustadaf wrangled back into fourth. Up to the Mark is racing in between horses, and on the outside comes Broom, who was not quick out of the gate, but Broom is moving right into contention as the field comes into the stretch for the first time. And so it will be Balladeer to set the pace, leading by about 1.5 lengths over Adamo in second. King of Steel inside Broom. Broom now takes third, moving into second as they come with about a lap to go. Up to the Mark racing in mid-pack. He's about 1.5 lengths in front of Shahryar, who's on the rail. Mustadaf just outside of him. Auguste Rodin settled nicely, about 10 lengths off the speed. It's another 2 back to Ernesto, racing on the outside of Gold Phoenix, and the mare Warlike Goddess is at the back of the field. Balladeer takes him around the clubhouse turn with a 2-length edge on Broom in second. Adamo is back to third. King of Steel races in fourth with Up to the Mark next. Shahryar on a tight hold, racing on the inside of Mustadaf. That pair is followed by Auguste Rodin, stride for stride with Ernesto. Still at the back are Gold Phoenix and Warlike Goddess. There's a half-mile left to go in the Longines Breeders' Cup Turf, and Balladeer, the long shot leader, has it by 1 length over Broom in second. Not much change to the top flight. Up to the Mark, inches up on the outside of Adamo. They're a joint third. King of Steel, purple colors, racing 1 from the rail. Shahryar is on the fence, and outside of them, Mustadaf is underway. Blue Silks has to cover real estate, but Mustadaf is making a nice move, and Auguste Rodin is looking to find a spot while saving ground, trying to hug the rail and gets through along the inside. And here comes Auguste Rodin with a furlong left to go. Up to the Mark, these two are coming to battle it out, and from the back of the field, Ernesto is starting to pick it up late. Auguste Rodin with a perfect ride from RyanMoore will win the Longines Breeders' Cup Turf. Up to the Mark was a solid second. Shahryar finished up in third. Gold Phoenix was rallying into fourth in front of King of Steel.
What a ride we just saw from RyanMoore on Auguste Rodin, sneaking through along the inside. He adds the Breeders' Cup Turf to his already stellar resume.
A brilliant ride from RyanMoore. He let everyone else get on with it. He waited, following Shahryar through, and once the gap opened up on the rail, credit to Auguste Rodin. He put the race to bed really quickly. I was talking about stamina. He's also got plenty of speed.
He does. I mean, he was cruising there. He was under no duress to go through that gap. You've got to have the horse underneath you. Sometimes the hole is moving faster than the horse. And to coin a phrase that touched up, he's putting an elephant through a keyhole right there up on the inside, just scraping the paint. But you've got to have the horse to do it, and he did. This was a professional effort. Another win for Coolmore.
Big effort from Up to the Mark. You saw Irad Ortiz Jr. start to move up pretty early with him going down the backstretch, almost gaining by inches so that he didn't have to flat sprint for home with the Europeans.
That was a terrific run. A very good point, Christina. He made his move. He took a prominent position, so when he turned for home, he was in a great position to strike. But RyanMoore, he's so good. He is so good. And he was in a perfect position himself. But as Simon says, you've got to have the horse. And Auguste Rodin, who, don't forget, he began the season this year at Newmarket and he flopped so badly that some people wrote him off for the rest of the year. But he's then gone on and won 4 Group 1s this season. The Derby at Epsom, the Irish Derby, the Irish Champion Stakes, and now he's come and won the Breeders' Cup Turf, following in the footsteps of High Chaparral, who of course dead heated for the Breeders' Cup here with Johar 20 years ago.
And now, you know, this international pedigree, Simon, he gets to add the American Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Turf to that resume. I mean, whenever that day does come, he is one of the most attractive horses on an international stage to breed to.
I mean, by a Japanese champion in Deep Impact out of a Grade 1 winning mare in Rhododendron. I mean, it's just bred in the purple, top to bottom.
Rhododendron started favourite for the Oaks that Enable won back in the day. Of course, Enable turned out all right, but Rhododendron was high class. This pedigree will appeal to so many people around the world. I imagine Japanese breeders would love the opportunity to have a piece of Augusta Rodin as well.
This is a remarkable 7th victory in the Breeders' Cup Turf for trainer Adrian Obrien. Congratulations to him. I mean, we've seen a lot of amazing performances, but that to me was the ride of the weekend so far, right, from RyanMoore. Have we seen anybody else sneak through along the inside like that? I mean, picture perfect, flawless trip for this horse.
Yeah, I mean, and the horse helped him. I mean, it was unbelievable. Like I said, I mean, you can also go the other way. If the hole doesn't open up, I mean, you don't look like a hero, but you've got to take that chance. You can't give up ground. Once you're down on the inside, you're committed to where you go. And, I mean, this is a high-quality horse. He won the Futurity at Doncaster at the back end of his 2-year-old year. I mean, the Derby, you know, and now this race, and then the Irish Derby. It's unbelievable. And the two poor performances, the Guineas and the, the King George, they were just too bad to be true. So you just write those off, and his resume is outstanding.
I think you're only willing to take that chance on a horse like this, right? Because you know you have the athlete underneath you to go through a position like that. You mentioned the Japanese interest maybe in this horse. How about Shahryar and his third place effort at a big 25-1? They have to be proud with that result.
A terrific run. The breathing up has clearly worked. He was a very good horse a couple seasons and last season. You know, he was winner of the Dubai Shima Classic. He was up against Equinox this time around back in March, and he came up short. But they worked out that he had an issue. They gave him the breathing up, and they'll be pleased as punch that he's produced such a fine run to finish
Gold
third.
Phoenix was 4th.
Not a bad choice.
They mentioned third, but he was right there.
That's
Gold
huge.
Phoenix.
That's a huge
like
run.
a win.
That's a huge run.
It has to be.
If he split the field, I thought it was a win.
Auguste Rodin, your winner of the Longines Breeders' Cup Turf. He is now 7 for 10 lifetime, the son of Deep Impact for Coolmore. Aidan O'Brien takes a 7th Breeders' Cup Turf, and RyanMoore in the saddle. $7 back if you had him on top. Up to the mark. Certainly a big race today for Todd Pletcher. Mike Rapoli, they have already been successful at this Breeders' Cup with Fierceness yesterday. They'd have to be pleased with that. Irad Ortiz Jr. in the saddle, and Shahryar for Japan checking in third at 25-1. As we've told you throughout the week, a little bit of a different schedule this year as far as the Breeders' Cup goes. The Classic is not the last race on the program. We still have the Turf Sprint, the Sprint, and an allowance event to round out the afternoon. But the Breeders' Cup Classic is next. 36 minutes until post time with $6 million on the line. And White Abarrio is the current choice at 2-1.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Auguste Rodin to the winner's circle. A 3-year-old darkly around home by deep impact out of rhododendron. Owned by Michael Tabor, Darren Smith, Mrs. John McNear et al. Trained by Aidan O'Brien and ridden perfectly to victory by RyanMoore. Auguste Rodin was bred in Ireland by Coolmore. Congratulations. The running time 224.307. Once again on the winner's circle to make the presentation for the Longines Breeders' Cup Turf. Standing apart from the Breeders' Cup, please to welcome Brittany Garcia, United States Grant President for Longines.